Should I travel to one of the best Labor Day weekend destinations? If you're looking for one last summer getaway for Labor Day weekend, you have a pretty simple advantage. You get 3 days. But there's a problem. Where should you actually go? Should you spend the weekend in a major city, head to the beach, explore American history, take a road trip through the mountains, or find somewhere that still feels like summer before fall arrives? We explore some of the best Labor Day weekend destinations, and more importantly, which destination is right for you. We take a look at the 3 biggest pros, the 3 biggest cons of traveling over Labor Day weekend, and then break down 9 destinations to consider. Let's get started. 3 pros of traveling for Labor Day weekend. Pro number 1, you get an extra day. The biggest advantage is also the simplest. You get a 3-day weekend without using an additional vacation day. That makes Labor Day one of the easiest opportunities of the year to take a short trip. You don't need a week. You don't even necessarily need 4 or 5 days. You can leave Friday, spend Saturday and Sunday exploring, and return Monday. Pro number 2, it's the last big summer weekend. Labor Day feels like the unofficial end of summer. And that's important because many destinations are still operating in full summer mode. Beaches are open, outdoor attractions are busy, restaurants are serving on patios, seasonal activities are still happening. And you get one final opportunity to enjoy summer before the calendar starts turning toward fall. Pro number 3, almost any destination works. Labor Day isn't tied to one particular type of vacation. You can visit a major city, spend the weekend at the beach, take a mountain getaway, explore American history, go on a scenic road trip, visit a New England city, or plan an entire weekend around food. There are a lot of good options, but there are also some pretty significant downsides of traveling for Labor Day weekend. 3 cons of traveling for Labor Day weekend. Con number 1, traffic can be brutal. Labor Day is one of the busiest driving weekends of the year. Friday afternoon and evening can be especially bad as millions of people leave home at roughly the same time. And the return trip can be just as frustrating. Sunday and Monday afternoon can bring heavy traffic as everyone heads home. For a 3-day vacation, losing several hours sitting in traffic can make a short trip feel even shorter. This is especially important if you're planning a road trip. Con number 2, crowds are everywhere. The second problem is crowds. Beaches, national parks, museums, restaurants, airports, popular downtown districts. Pretty much anywhere people can go for a long weekend can be busy. If your ideal vacation involves having a destination mostly to yourself, Labor Day weekend probably isn't the weekend for you. Con number 3, summer weather isn't over yet. And finally, don't expect fall weather just because Labor Day is approaching. In much of the country, early September still feels like summer. That means heat, humidity, thunderstorms, strong sun, and warm nights. And in parts of the Southeast, Gulf Coast, and Caribbean, hurricane season is another consideration. So if you're looking for cool temperatures and fall foliage, you may want to wait a few weeks. But if you're looking for one final summer vacation, Labor Day could be perfect. Where should you travel to for Labor Day weekend? So let's get to the fun part. Here are 9 destinations worth considering for a Labor Day weekend trip. New York City, best for big city energy, Broadway, food, and endless attractions. If you want to pack as much as possible into 3 days, New York City is hard to beat. Broadway, museums, Central Park, restaurants, neighborhoods, shopping. There's essentially no shortage of things to do. And because New York has such an enormous range of attractions, you can build the weekend around almost any interest. The biggest drawback? Crowds, high hotel prices, and late summer heat. Choose New York City if you want your Labor Day weekend to feel like a big event. Philadelphia, best for American history, food, and a classic city weekend. Philadelphia is one of the best choices for travelers who want a major city experience without needing a full week. You can explore Independence Hall and the Historic District, walk through Reading Terminal Market, visit the Philadelphia Museum of Art, explore Old City, and spend an evening enjoying Philadelphia's food scene. The historic core is relatively compact, which makes Philadelphia particularly well suited to a 3-day vacation. The potential drawback? Hot weather and holiday crowds. Choose Philadelphia if you want history and food without an overwhelming itinerary. Washington, D.C. Best for museums, monuments, American history, and culture. Washington, D.C. is another excellent 3-day destination. The National Mall alone gives you an enormous number of things to see, and many of the Smithsonian museums are free. You can visit the National Museum of American History, explore the National Air and Space Museum, see the Lincoln Memorial, walk past the Washington Monument, and still have time for neighborhoods and restaurants. The biggest downside is the weather. Early September in DC can still be very hot and humid. Choose Washington, DC if museums and American history are your priority. Boston, best for American history, walkability, and New England atmosphere. Boston gives you a very different Labor Day experience. It's smaller, it's highly walkable, and its historic core makes it relatively easy to explore in 3 days. Walk the Freedom Trail, explore Beacon Hill, visit historic sites, spend time along the waterfront, and enjoy Boston's restaurants and neighborhoods. Labor Day also offers one of the final opportunities to experience Boston in warm weather before the transition to fall. The downside? Hotels can be expensive over the holiday weekend. Choose Boston if you want history with classic New England character. Savannah, Georgia. Best for Southern charm, food, history, and a slower paced weekend. If the other destinations sound a little too busy, consider Savannah. Savannah is about atmosphere, historic squares, Spanish moss, beautiful architecture, Southern food, and a slower pace. You can spend 3 days exploring the historic district, walking through Forsyth Park, visiting historic homes and museums, and enjoying the city's restaurants. Savannah works particularly well for couples and travelers who don't want an action-packed itinerary. But there is one major consideration. September can still be extremely hot and humid. Choose Savannah if you want your Labor Day weekend to feel relaxed. Charleston, South Carolina. Best for history, food, architecture, and coastal southern atmosphere. Charleston offers a combination that's difficult to replicate. Historic architecture, excellent food, American history, and a coastal setting. The historic center is compact enough that you can experience a lot without spending your entire weekend in a car. You can explore the historic streets, visit historic homes, walk along the waterfront, visit nearby beaches, and enjoy one of the South's strongest food scenes. The downside? Heat, humidity, crowds, and hurricane season weather. Choose Charleston if you want Southern history and food with a coastal atmosphere. Chicago. Best for food, architecture, museums, and big city energy. Chicago is an excellent Labor Day choice if you want a major city without the scale of New York. Chicago has world-class architecture, outstanding food, major museums, neighborhoods, and the lakefront. Take an architecture cruise, explore Millennium Park, visit a museum, try Chicago's famous food, and spend some time outside along Lake Michigan. Labor Day also arrives during one of the city's most enjoyable times of year while summer is still in full swing. The downside? Holiday crowds and higher hotel demand. Choose Chicago if food and architecture are just as important to you as sightseeing. San Diego. Best for beaches, sunshine, outdoor activities, and an easygoing summer getaway. If what you really want is one final summer vacation, look west. San Diego is almost tailor-made for Labor Day weekend. Beautiful beaches, sunshine, outdoor activities, a relaxed atmosphere, and plenty of attractions if you want more than just the beach. Spend time in La Jolla, explore Balboa Park, visit the San Diego Zoo, walk through Little Italy, or simply find a beach and enjoy the final days of summer. The potential drawback? Holiday crowds and higher hotel prices can make popular beach areas expensive. Choose San Diego if you want to extend summer for just a few more days. White Mountains, New Hampshire. Best for mountain scenery, hiking, scenic drives, and a classic New England road trip. And finally, if you want to get outside, consider the White Mountains of New Hampshire. The White Mountains are an excellent Labor Day destination for hiking, scenic drives, waterfalls, and mountain scenery. Drive the Kancamagus Highway, explore Franconia Notch, hike to a waterfall or viewpoint, and explore mountain communities such as North Conway. Labor Day is also an interesting time to visit because summer activities are still available, while the first hints of fall may begin to appear at higher elevations. The downside? Popular scenic roads and attractions can become very crowded over the holiday weekend. Choose the White Mountains if you want your Labor Day weekend to be a road trip. Labor Day weekend. Getaway. Quick decision guide. So which one should you choose? Want American history? Philadelphia? Want museums and monuments? Washington, D.C.? Want big city energy? New York City. Want New England charm? Boston. Want a southern atmosphere? Savannah. Want a coastal southern city? Charleston. Want food and architecture? Chicago. Want beaches and sunshine? San Diego. Want mountains and scenery? The White Mountains. Planning your Labor Day weekend trip. One final thing before you book. If you're traveling for Labor Day weekend this year, book as soon as you can. Popular hotels can fill up, and holiday weekend prices can be higher than a typical September weekend. If you're driving, try to avoid the worst of the Friday afternoon and evening traffic if your schedule allows. And remember that Sunday and Monday can bring heavy return traffic as well. Finally, check the weather before you leave. Labor Day is still summer in much of the country. Heat, humidity, thunderstorms, and tropical weather can all affect your plans. The good news is that you don't need an elaborate itinerary. It's only 3 days. Choose a destination that matches the kind of weekend you actually want. Book what you can and leave yourself some flexibility. Final assessment. Labor Day weekend is one of the easiest opportunities of the year to take a short vacation without using much time off. And the best part? Almost any type of destination can work. You can explore American history in Philadelphia, visit museums and monuments in Washington, D.C., experience big city energy in New York, enjoy New England character in Boston, slow down in Savannah, explore Charleston, eat your way through Chicago, spend the weekend at the beach in San Diego, or escape to the mountains in New Hampshire. The biggest drawback is that you're not the only one traveling. Expect busy roads, crowded attractions, higher hotel demand, and summer weather that can still be hot and humid. So don't simply ask, where should I go for Labor Day? Ask, what kind of weekend do I want? Should I travel to? 3 pros, 3 cons. You decide. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and check out our other travel comparisons.